have a lot of fun with my high school age daughter. I mean, she's the one who always has to listen to me rant and rave about things. The latest thing is that, whenever I see rain, I tell her, autumn is finally here. I don't know. It's kind of hopeful. And autumn still hasn't arrived, in my opinion. It's still hot. It's still a summer. But, having said that, we always try to have hope. Someone mentioned hope. I think two speakers mentioned the word hope. Most important thing that we got going for us, really. But at the same time, the last time we were here, and it was quoted in the newspaper, I said it's too late. And it was not a maybe it's too late. It is too late. I recall when I was in like the third or fourth grade, I'm pretty sure it was the third grade, we used to have these wonderful science publications that would come to us every maybe week, every month, I don't know. That's when I learned about cryogenics, things that were, just science fiction before, but, really are starting to develop, as we get older. And one of those things were the melting of the glaciers. Okay, and I also remember, and it has to have been Lyndon Johnson because JFK had passed, he had died already, by the time I could really understand things. And I'm pretty sure right around 1960s, because I'm that old, he talked about how we were poisoning the atmosphere. So we're not talking about a recent development or recent realization. We've known about this thing from at least 1965. So we only have ourselves to blame, not new people. And I haven't heard it today during the testimony, but there were some mention of greed, corporate greed, the Koch brothers. Okay, yeah, maybe they're part of the problem, but I think they're symptomatic of a greater problem, something that no one here has mentioned. And I view this as the biggest reason why we have global warming and why we cannot go back. We can only treat it like a cancer. You hope that you can delay its effects, but at some point it's going to catch us. Hey, that's life. There's always an end date to all of this. The dinosaurs died. It took 65 million years later for us to start going, right? And mankind's only been around, as far as I can tell, not even 1 million years. Overpopulation. Unless we get to the root of the problem, we will never fix it. It's not greed. Look, the rich people, yeah, they might be a part of the problem, but they have every reason to want our species to exist because they have the resources for their kids and grandkids. Think of all the people who are poverty-ridden in these third world countries. You think they're thinking about global warming? They're not even too sure if they can live another 10 days. Overpopulation in 1965, when Lyndon Johnson, I think, made that statement about us killing the atmosphere. I think we only had about 3-4 billion people in the world. Right now, unless I'm mistaken, we have 7+ billion, closing in on 8 billion. That's double, more than double the population since that initial warning or, that warning was given. And because of that, because of the overpopulation, you have the competition for resources, natural resources. So here in Hawaii, yeah, we can do whatever we can. We must, and it has to start with each of us individually, right? Hopefully larger governments will step up and really do what they can to delay the inevitable. But, when I was in Korea, this is in 2001 now, 18 years ago, I asked the driver, our tour person, what the hell is that black cloud covering, most of Seoul, Korea? They said that cloud is coming from China. I haven't been back there since, but I have to believe that thing hasn't gotten any less. And when you look at the clear cutting that's going on in the Amazon forest, well, we have no chance. We have no control over what's going there or in the Amazon or in China or other places, it's really, really tough. Unless we can control population, it's just going to be a slow death. Sorry to say. But we must do our best to try to control it. We all do our part. And it is an emergency, no question in my mind. It was an emergency back in 1965. Probably 50 years hence, we're going to be in the hottest summer again, and we're going to be saying the same things. Hopefully not. And I'm just hoping that at that time our species continues to exist, because I have kids, right? So anyway, I don't think we can ever be short on words on this subject. This is the greatest threat to humanity ever. No questions asked. And, it would behoove all of us to do our parts, but we'll just hope for the best, right? Okay. Anyone else? I'll give you guys another opportunity. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, we have a motion on the floor. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carried.